The balance between America's most unmanageable invasive species and the citizens who suffer from its impact is truly something to think about. This is a story you have probably never seen on YouTube. Right now, on your screen, a 1-year-old mother feral hog is actively educating her sounder of piglets on how to forage for free meals on human property without getting detected. But on the exact opposite side of this reality, an elderly homeowner is telling his neighbours that he's ready to pack up and move away. His family has endured this kind of heartbreaking devastation one too many times. When the sun comes up over Louisiana, the true financial nightmare is revealed. We aren't just talking about a few messed up lawns. Across the state, feral hogs are responsible for wiping out tens of millions of dollars every single year. For a hardworking farmer, seeing a freshly planted field completely rooted up after just a single pass from feral hogs is a devastating blow. The seed is gone, the soil structure is ruined, and expensive tractors can easily break their axles in the deep trenches left behind. It forces these landowners to spend thousands of dollars just to start over from scratch. To protect these devastated properties, landowners don't call in recreational hunters. They bring in highly skilled nuisance wildlife control operators. These professionals treat dealing with feral hogs not just as a simple job, but as a highly tactical ecological mission. Their primary goal is to secure the land, protect native wildlife, and stop the financial bleeding. It requires deep knowledge of animal behaviour, extreme patience, and the right equipment. You can't just set up a basic wire cage. To outsmart a highly intelligent sounder, these experts deploy some of the most advanced management tools available today. Enter the heavy-duty Octagonal trap system. When dealing with a massive, aggressive sounder of feral hogs, trappers need a truly solid solution. They use heavy steel panels secured together to form a wide, sturdy octagon. This specific shape offers maximum structural integrity against the crushing weight of multiple hogs panicking at once. More importantly, the wide-open, suspended gate design makes the enclosure feel natural and safe. It effectively removes visual barriers, helping even the most cautious and trap-shy dominant boars to confidently walk right into the centre without a second thought. The golden rule of effective feral hog management is simple: whole sounder trapping. You cannot catch just 2 or 3 and call it a successful night. If the heavy steel gates slam shut while half the sounder is still outside, those remaining hogs will scatter. They will instantly become highly trap shy, remembering that exact mechanical setup forever. So, the trapper lays out an irresistible trail of corn, stepping back and letting the bait do the heavy lifting. The goal is to get every single pair of hooves inside that octagonal fortress. The hardest part of the job actually begins after the trap is set. Operating from miles away, the trapper relies on cellular trail cams and thermal imaging to monitor the situation in the dead of night. Every time a feral hog steps near the bait, the phone lights up with a notification. It might be 2 a.m, but the operator must stay completely focused, carefully counting every single shadow on the screen. It takes nerves of steel to wait for that one hesitant boar to finally step inside before initiating the remote drop. But in the world of nuisance wildlife control, things rarely go exactly to plan. Picture this. The entire sounder is finally inside the trap, feasting on the corn. The trapper hits the remote trigger, but nothing happens. The 12-volt battery powering the release relay has unexpectedly died. Now he faces a nightmare scenario. He has to drive out to the property in the pitch black, creeping toward the trap with absolute silence. One snap twig, one flash of a flashlight, and the entire sounder will bolt, ruining a week of careful preparation.
See that thing thing? Move out the way.
And even when the gates drop perfectly, the chaos is just beginning. When a massive sounder realises they are trapped, their survival instinct goes into overdrive. In a state of pure panic, a highly aggressive adult boar can use its raw power to actually jump over panels you thought were completely secure. In some rare, unpredictable situations, the trapper actually has to step inside the slippery enclosure to implement manual control methods. It becomes a muddy scramble in the dark, sometimes losing a shoe in the process, just to keep the situation secured.
Daddy, some crocodiles down. Daddy, some crocodiles.
What makes feral hogs America's most challenging invasive species isn't just their destructive power, it's their incredible intelligence. They are extremely fast learners. Any hog that witnesses a trap gate drop or manages to escape an enclosure becomes permanently trap shy. But it gets worse. That educated mother hog we saw earlier, she will actively pass down that intense caution to her piglets. This generational knowledge means that the basic trapping techniques used just a decade ago are virtually useless against today's highly suspicious and well-adapted sounders. To stay one step ahead, human technology has to constantly evolve. It is an endless arms race out in the field. Trappers have upgraded from simple mechanical tripwires to advanced AI-powered sensor cameras that can automatically recognise feral hogs and ignore native deer. They deploy thermal drones high in the night sky to map out hidden bedding areas across massive properties. This high-tech approach isn't a luxury. It is an absolute necessity to effectively manage a highly adaptable species that is always learning how to evade our best efforts. But let's take a step back and look at this from the feral hog's perspective. Why do they take the immense risk of invading human territory in the first place? To a sounder, an irrigated suburban lawn is simply an endless, perfectly prepared buffet. Rooting through hard, dry forest soil for acorns burns a massive amount of energy. But a soft, well-watered yard is absolutely packed with earthworms, grubs, and high-protein insects. It's a matter of basic survival. They are just following their natural instincts to find the easiest calories available. Add to that the intense pressure of an exploding population. Feral hogs have virtually no natural predators in these areas, and a healthy sow can easily produce 2 large litters every single year. The deep woods simply cannot support their rapidly expanding numbers. As the forests become overcrowded, younger hogs are pushed to the fringes, forcing them to spill over into agricultural lands. They aren't acting out of pure malice. They are simply biological survival machines, rapidly expanding their territory because nature has left them completely unchecked. For the hardworking Americans dealing with this crisis every single day, there is no blind hatred toward the animal. There is only a deep, exhausted desire to protect their livelihoods. These farmers and landowners just want to preserve the soil that their families have worked for generations. Implementing these strict management methods isn't about aggression. It is a critical ecological necessity. If they don't actively remove these invasive sounders, the native wildlife will be pushed out, the water sources will be contaminated, and the domestic food supply will suffer heavily. And standing on the front lines of this battle are the dedicated wildlife control operators. These men and women work in some of the harshest conditions imaginable. They spend countless sleepless nights staring at screens, wading through mosquito-infested swamps, and safely handling heavy equipment. They do the exhausting, muddy work that most people never see, quietly maintaining the fragile balance between human civilization and an overwhelming force of nature. Their dedication is the only thing keeping the relentless invasion of feral hogs in check. The nightly battle against feral hogs across the American South shows no signs of slowing down. It is a complex conflict of survival, economics, and ecological balance. What is your perspective on this highly intelligent but incredibly destructive species? Have feral hogs ever impacted your local area? We want to hear your stories, so please drop a comment below. And hey, if you are an outdoor enthusiast and love American nature, be sure to click on the next video on your screen right now to discover more incredible stories about feral hogs. Thanks for watching.